I got done watching 28 Years Later. What the fuck? Oh boy. I'm generally still trying to understand what I watched. Because this was not the same trilogy of films I've seen. This was not the same series. This is something else. I'm going to spoilers, so if you don't want to hear, leave the video, because I need to talk about everything I had seen from what I can recollect, because this was just so different from the other ones, but not in a good sense. So it's set after 28 years since the outbreak happened with the rage virus, and we're seeing a young boy named Spike who's learning to become a man. You know, he's going out hunting, providing for his village that's cut off from society, from the infected. Him and his dad go on a journey to learn to hunt and provide. Meanwhile, his mum is sick with a very deadly illness, so he decides to take her out of the village to find a doctor to help her find a cure. Meanwhile, they deal with certain conflicts that are outside the village borders and try to, well, survive. That's the basic summary I can give. The rest I'm going to talk about is spoilers, because Jesus Christ. Oh, what did I watch, man? So again, if you don't want to hear me talk about spoiler stuff or anything else in the film, leave the video. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I'm a fan of the 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks. Well, the first part, the rest of it's kind of a, hang on a minute, what? It has some issues, but after fucking seeing this, I appreciate 20 Weeks Later. I appreciate it more. So when I saw the trailers for the film, it looked like, okay, we're getting to some weird territory here. So things are a bit different. The infected are more lanky, malnourished, because there's barely much to eat, because, you know, the world keeps getting, you know, overrun by these things. They're starting to lose their resources and food, and they're really skinny and stuff. It's like, okay, I could see them, you know, getting more of a threat because they're lacking in the strength. And maybe we'll delve more into more dangerous things of the apocalypse. Deranged psychopaths or nutcases that are like cultists or something like that. Okay, I can buy that. I mean, we've seen that a plenty of times, but I can buy that. When you're first watching it, it felt a little off because it didn't feel like the same as gritty kind of cinematography to it. Because the other ones, they felt kind of semi-real to it. You know, it felt like you're actually looking for a point of view of the series. Like when 28 Days Later happens, you watched Jim going through the empty streets of London. You feel like you're watching him. You feel like you're totally there. I mean, yes, in 28 Weeks Later, it's more stylized and more professional looking, but you can still kind of feel, you know, like you're a part of it. But in this film, it just feels too, I hate to say it, generic. The way they kill the zombies for the first part, I don't know why they did this. For each time they kill one, it does this, like, it stops, turns to an angle, and then lets them die. It was almost like a video game cutscene, like in Fallout or something. Like, you shoot them, and I don't know. It was very weird, because in the other films, they didn't have anything like that. It was set in a really grounded, kind of realism of just brutal murder. But here, it's treated more stylized. I'm like, no, this is not what the series was known for. Like, it's just kind of weird. Like, what? But you see a few, not as many as I was hoping for, the infected, but they're more scarce, more like lanky and very nude. Very, very nude, and you see some willies. I'm not gonna lie to you, you see a good portion of willy. I don't know why they're all naked. I guess the clothes are just deteriorating, I guess, or whatever. I don't care, but it was just weird. But then apparently there's this giant rage dude. There's a guy called Samson, who is maybe this like super titan or something. It's like, no, what is this? This was never a thing in the original or the first two. And some people say, oh, but they've evolved. Say, motherfucker, they didn't evolve like this. We went from rage virus on chimps to then suddenly super titans. How the fuck did we get from there to there? What made the series so interesting was it was a gritty, real depiction of like a rage virus going out there. Like, it was no super mutants or Left 4 Dead kind of shit. It was just if you get infected, you become like a rabid dog and start chasing people, infecting them or eating them. There was no super mutants or any of that. None of that shit. So I don't know why that's here. I don't know why they're going that route, you know? Just to reiterate, this dude Samson, he's like 6-7 feet tall, butt-ass naked, his dick's hanging out, he's ripping heads off. He's not even eating people. We've not seen him eat anything. He's ripping heads off. He's ripped the head of deer off, and he hangs it up. He didn't even eat the fucking thing. He's ripping them off. This looks like something out of fucking Outlast. Like, I can understand if, like, he's eating things, but no, he's just ripping heads off. That's all he's been doing. Oh, I'll get back into him later. At some point, we get this Norwegian soldier joining the group, which I didn't mind. Like, okay, we can add some variety. But while him and Spike and his mum were trying to venture out to find the doctor, the mum goes through this abandoned train. Now, we hear screaming. Is someone getting mauled to death or what? Oh no, it's an infected giving birth. Like, okay, I was thinking, oh, that's bad, because I was thinking, oh, she's screaming, the infected woman, that's going to attract more of them to the train. I thought it was going to be like Spike catches up to her, along with a Norwegian guy, and they're trying to get out the train, but they see a big horde running to the train, and they gotta run their way from the top of the train to the back. They try to get out the same way they came, but they're coming, so he locks the door. Then they gotta run past all the way around the train, and as they do so, the infected are trying to like bash the windows, that someone are breaking through, and they'll try to crawl in and shit. I thought it would be exciting and a big, you know, action piece moment. No! We don't get that! You wanna know what we get? The infected woman gives birth, and the mum is helping, holding her hands like she's her fucking best friend, like, push honey, push, you've got this. What is this bullshit? What the fuck am I watching? If you did this in the other movies, you'd be like, no, fucking run. Run for the fucking hills. Apparently the baby that was in the infected woman is not infected. I've seen like 2 films of the infected or zombies giving birth, and most of the time, they are infected babies. So I don't care what you tell me. That is not what they try to give. Like, she was like, oh, the placenta. I was like, no, infected woman gives birth, infected baby. Leave the baby. I'm sorry, that sounds fucked up, but babies are not important when there's infected running around. I get sick and tired of people in zombie films getting pregnant. Why are you getting pregnant? If you were pregnant beforehand, that's different. But if you are in the apocalypse, and especially with sound-based creatures that rely on sound to hear you, find you, and eat you, don't get pregnant. For the love of fucking God, don't get pregnant, because you are going to be a hindrance to the fucking group. So they take the baby as well. Great. Another mouth to feed, another hindrance. Lovely. Lovely. That was like the first, like, oh no, we're in a shit film. We're in a shit territory here. What is this shit? But eventually, the doctor that they're looking for, played by Ralph Fiennes, he saves them from the giant Samson. And, oh my god. He was able to sedate him with morphine, so it calms him down, he's a bit delirious. Okay, that's pretty clever. Now kill him. Kill this big beast. No, I'm gonna leave him alone now. Come on. No! Kill him! Fucking kill him! Are you stupid? This thing is a rampaging beast! He's 7 foot tall, and he rips the heads off of things! Deer! Humans! Why would you not kill him? If he wakes up again, he's gonna come for you, and if he does, you're fucking dead. I was confused as fuck. It's like, why would you not kill this thing that could easily rip you limb from fucking limb? So many things are basic knowledge or instincts of a survival, you know, genre. They don't do for some reason. Hey, if you shoot a bow and arrow, if you got time, get the arrow back. Oh, don't make fucking noise. Or this giant monolith of a super titan, basically, is neutralized and you have the chance to kill him, you kill him! Why would you not do that? Am I crazy? If I'm in the apocalypse and he's sedated and I can kill him easily, I'm doing it. Because it saves me a lot of problems in the future. And by the way, he comes back again. He almost kills the doctor. Yeah, probably should have killed him that first time, huh? Would have probably saved you a few problems. Because, like, he even names him. The doctor names him Samson, so he knows this thing. What was the explanation there? Nothing. It's just kind of there and went. So, like, maybe I thought, oh, they built this doctor to be like some kind of wacko, some kind of nut job, like, lunatic. He's doing some weird things with, like, people's bodies. He's got, like, a mountain of skulls. I'm like, okay, he is fucking crazy. Nope. They treat him like he's just a typical guy. Well, I say typical, but what he does is not typical. It is deranged and psychotic and fucking madness. But apparently it's just normal. So the doctor helps Spike's mum find out, oh, by the way, you've got cancer, which is horrible, it's tragic. So the mum kind of nods, like, giving the okay, like, put me out. And so the doctor kind of takes her out. And like, oh, fuck, well, horrible, but he was just trying to do a kind thing. Until he did this next thing. This doctor, who's not a crazy man, by the way, but, he takes his mum, after killing her, takes off her skull, cleans the skin and flesh off the skull. It's just a skull now. He gives it to the son. And it's supposed to be like some enchanting moment of goodness. I'm like, no, you just cut off his mum's head, cleaned it. It's a pure skull, and you gave it to our son, you lunatic. Am I the crazy one here? Because that's fucking deranged. I'll give you that. That was pretty fucked. But the movie's not playing as though it is crazy. It's playing as though it's enchanting. What? What the fuck? And the worst part is the kid's like appreciating it. He's like, and the doctor says, you can put it anywhere you like. It's like, what the fuck is going on? He just gave you your mum's skull. Why are you accepting this? Even Negan from The Walking Dead be like, holy shit. You creepy as shit. Cutting off his mama's head, giving the boy her skull. That is fucked up shit. But I thought like they'll show that he's a nut job, and Spike will be like, okay, they were right about this guy. He is a complete nut job. And they try to get away from him. Nope, nothing. Like, the dad was saying he was a doctor, but he's not anymore. Or the old guy saying he's not the same person. After this, I totally believe you. And to be honest, I blame those two because they could have just told the kid, hey, listen, that doctor, if he finds you, he's gonna kill you, clean your scalp, and put your skull on a big fucking monument of skulls. He does this shit. That's why he's crazy. That's why we left. He was fucking crazy. Okay, Dad. Yeah, okay. I believe you. The whole point was to help the mum, and they just went, here you are, boy. Your mother's skull. What? You fucking what? I dealt with your mother. She's not in pain anymore. Right, but why'd you give me a skull, mate? Why? Why would you do this? I left my village for this. I can't go back now. I can't go back to my dad and go, me and Ma went to a doctor, you said no, I go to. Guess what? He's alright. He told me that Mum's got cancer, so he fixed it. He killed her. Oh, he gave me a skull. A nice fella. Gave me Mum's skull to keep. That was nice of him. I can't go back. My dad will fucking kill me. And not only that, the kid then takes the baby that was from the infected woman. He sends the baby to the village. Why would you do that? You have no idea if it's not infected or not. You're not a doctor. Your mum's not a doctor. The Norwegian guy wasn't a doctor. You just don't know if it's infected or not. And don't you dare anyone tell me, oh, but it didn't look it. We all know it. How do you know? You're not a doctor. They're not doctors. The whole point was to find a doctor for their mum, wasn't it? So they're not doctors at all. This thing came out of an infected woman. You have no fucking inkling. So you give it to your village. You've compromised them now. Are you mad? We got a shot of like Spike trying to live out on his own with no like help at all. He's catching his own food. He's managed to get a few headshots in. Okay. The film's gonna wrap up here. And then... oh my god. I don't know where to begin with this. If I tell you the ending, you would not believe me. A group of... I can only describe as Jimmy Saviles. In case you don't know who that is, he's a very, very bad man who did very, very bad things to children and elderly people. If you are not the faint of heart, go look him up. Jimmy Savile. He was a very bad man who was in a ring of people who did very bad things. Horrible things that are still talked about to this very day. Basically, people are dressed up like him, in matching tracksuits, white hair and everything, doing backflips and shit like it's fucking Power Rangers. I'm gonna be honest with you, that is more terrifying than the infected. I'd rather fight the infected. At least I know what they're all about. It was such a tonal whiplash. It's like suddenly it's just all these wacky cuts and shit, where they're like them doing no backflips and stuff. I'm like, this is not the same series we started with. What the fuck is going on here? This is a different movie. This is a parody of zombie films now. It's like, I'd almost say it's like, I take that back, it's not a parody, because Shaun of the Dead was a parody, but yeah, it was still funny and entertaining. This is just, what the fuck? The movie ends with the leader named Jimmy, yep, his name's Jimmy, because we've seen hints of like signs and stuff around the abandoned like houses saying beware of Jimmy, or there's a guy hanging upside down and he's got like Jimmy carved in his chest. His name is Jimmy, and he goes to the kid, Spike, and he goes, "You wanna be friends?" I'm like, no, I'd rather fight the Samson. I'd rather fight the infected. I know what I'm dealing with there. And I get the whole, okay, they're meant to represent Jimmy Savile. I get that. But why the fuck did your brain go to, hey, let's have a gang of Jimmy Saviles fighting zombies? What was the process for that? Was that a joke? Oh my god. So a group of Jimmy Saviles just show up to help Spike, and I'm more terrified for the kid because I'm just thinking, kid, run. Just run for the hills. And the movie ends there. It ends with Jimmy Savile's gang helping out Spike. I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? This was a total tonal whiplash different movie from the other two. 28 Days Later still holds up. 28 Weeks, I appreciate a lot now. I don't hate it, but I had some issues with it. But holy shit, I appreciate those two immensely more than this piece of shit. I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but it was such a different movie entirely from the actual series. We barely seen much of the infected, to be honest with you. We seen a few. Now I can maybe understand, oh, there's not as many because, well, they can barely find food. They felt like generic zombies now. Even though they're not zombies, they're infected, they just felt too generic now. So you brought this Super Titans thing, which apparently they've evolved to, which, no. What? What? And you know what's killing me though? It's the same people that made the 28 Days Later. They're the same people. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Because what I liked about the 28 Days and Weeks Later was how they were depicted as like very real, dark, gritty, almost like you could see yourself in the moments of an apocalypse of a rage virus. Especially in Days Later with that kind of, you know, it was an indie budget, but it felt authentic. You felt like you were a part of it. You felt like you were with Jimmy and with Selena and stuff. You felt with them, you know? It felt real. Weeks Later had a bigger budget, but you can kind of see how it went this way and how it all could go wrong. I could totally buy that. Here, it almost feels like a mockery of that kind of genre, and it almost feels like a parody. Right? That's what I was getting from this. It felt like it was trying to be too artsy. I know it sounds stupid to say that, but it generally does. It feels like they're getting too artsy and whimsy with their artistic themes and stuff, and it just kind of made whatever the fuck they wanted. People are praising this film. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just not intelligent enough, but now, if anyone enjoyed this movie, okay, I want to know why, and I'd like for you to tell me what I missed. I genuinely do want you to tell me, try to tell me what I missed, because this was abysmal, a complete tonal shift, and complete insult to the other two. I watched the previous two back to back before seeing this one, by the way. And again, completely out of left field. So please let me know what I missed. I would love to know. Like the first 20-30 minutes, yeah, I liked it. Spike's dad going out hunting, killing the infected, and just getting them to learn the basics of survival. Yeah, I like that. But then as soon as like the mum starts like holding hands with like the infected mum, I'm like, what am I watching? What is this? It's like, what happened here? What is going on? This movie is utter shite. So if you're planning on seeing it, don't. If they're trying to like shift the narrative, like, oh, the infected are no longer the biggest threat, it's now kind of the strange, deranged, like nut jobs, like lunatics, cultists, groups of folk who are just cannibals or something, I could totally buy that. That makes sense. But no, they went the whole whatever they went with this. At some points in the film, they had this like kind of like red night vision kind of montage of like the infected like eating things. I thought maybe, oh, the big guy is gonna lead a big horde like to them. You know, it's gonna be a big moment of like, oh, they see like him and his mum and they're gonna try and get them, or they see the village. It's gonna lead up to that moment of the village. It's gonna have to fight and fend off a big horde of the infected. Or something. Anything. Nope, just some montage. Maybe it'll build up to the next film. Maybe not. I've never spoken this much badly about a movie so much. And yet this drove me fucking insane. I'm not the only one who thinks this, right? This movie was a complete pile of shit. A wannabe artsy attempt to be deep and meaningful, but it just went nowhere. Especially for the series of 28 blank later. You had something right there. You had the blueprints done. A gritty, almost realistic depiction of a rage virus apocalypse. You had that right there. You just evaluate it. You know, we had the start of the rage virus. Okay, The city's in ruins. You try to survive. They're rampant. You gotta keep an eye out in case you get eaten. The second movie, they try to rebuild society. Oh, a new batch of the rage virus is out there somehow, but it happened. It all went to shit. Nuke it. Okay. The next thing. Oh, the infected are kind of being dying off because there's not many people to eat or not many people to infect because, well, it has very little room to spread. And it now shifts to a new, more dangerous threat. Cannibals, psychotic people, cultists, whatever. That would make more sense. No! We got this instead! What the fuck? Somebody wrote this and went, yes, that makes sense, that is logical, that is good, let's film it, let's edit it, let's put it in the movie. That was just my thoughts on 28 years later. Don't watch this. Jesus Christ. Go watch the first two. You'll be happy with that. So, this has been Drew. Those are my views. And I bid you adieu.